Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will show you how you can make your drone footage a lot more cinematic using a certain set of movements. I will show you exactly how to do these movements and the results they produce using my previous video as a reference. Now you can find my previous video in the link in the description down below. If you think this video is helpful to you, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, that would help me a lot. Okay, so keep in mind that these movements need some practice to master and don't have to be used exactly the way I show you. You can use them as a starting point and then from there just get creative. We're going to start from the easiest movements and build our way up to the hardest ones. First up, we have the most basic move, the move forward. Here you want to pick a subject or a landscape, get some distance and then just move towards it. You can do the same thing in the reverse, so you would want to use the right stick to move forwards or backwards. The reverse version can also have an effect of revealing the scenery and giving a perspective on the story. Depending on the size of the subject you're filming, you will need to pick the right speed. If it's a big mountain, like in my example, moving very slow will almost seem static. You can also do this movement above and quite close to the sea, lake or water or some fields, like tulip fields. Those look very nice. So as I said, it's just moving forwards or backwards with the drone using the right stick. Building on the first technique, we can add some movement into the y-axis. This adds even more dynamic to the effect and you can use it very nicely to create a reveal effect where you have an obstacle in front of you and behind there is a nice view. As you can see in my examples, I used the mountain as an obstacle or a mountain edge to reveal the beautiful scenery that was hiding behind it. You can also integrate the movement while moving backwards to give even more perspective to your shot. So now you can combine the forwards and backwards movement with an up and down movement to create some interesting looking shots. What you want to do is you just move forward with your drone as in the previous example, and then using the left stick you raise it up or down, or you want to move backwards and raise it up or down. So what I do is I just go forward with the drone, and then when I get closer to my subject I move up, and then the drone creates a really nice effect. The next movement is a sideways movement and one of my personal favorite. This is a bit more difficult to pull off, but once you get the hang of it, it creates some really nice effect. In this movement, you want to move sideways with your drone while rotating it in the opposite direction at the same time. Depending on the distance from the subject and the speed you're moving your drone with, you want to find the perfect balance between the rotation speed and the drone speed to create the effect. I use this a lot to display something. As you can see here, I used it to display the beautiful peak. It works even better when there is something in the background as it adds to the movement and to the overall effect. This can be a bit more tricky to master, but definitely worth it. So as I said, what you want to do is you want to move your drone, let's say to the right side, and then just make it rotate to the left. Just create this effect. Or in the opposite direction, you move your drone to the left side and then you rotate it to the right side to create the same effect. The next effect that I'm also a fan of is the tilt up and reveal effect. In this movement, you want to move either forwards or backwards, keeping your camera pointing down, and as you move, you want to raise the camera up to reveal the landscape or whatever it is that you're filming. I use this a lot and I like to include it more in the beginning or at the end of the video. This can also be tricky to pull off well because you have to be very precise with the gimbal. Some of the things that can ruin the shot is moving the gimbal too fast or stopping it too sudden. The drone allows you to change the movement of your gimbal so you can adjust it to your liking. So what you want to do is you want to move your drone forwards or forwards and up, and as your gimbal is pointed downwards, you want to raise it slightly to reveal the area. You can do the same thing while moving backwards and up, and then tilt your gimbal up. These are, I would say, some of the best movements you can learn to bring a more cinematic feeling to your drone footage. You can take those and combine them to create some even nicer effects. As you can see here, I used the display shot and combined it with the forwards and up movement to create an even more dynamic effect. So what I did is that I was moving my drone to the left and then I was rotating towards the right and moving the drone up at the same time. This is an even more complicated movement, but once you get the hang of the basic ones, it's quite easy to pull off and you can get creative. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.